So what probably happened is you were in the market for a nice used sports car, right? You were looking for a BMW, maybe an Audi, but you don't want that over-engineered, overpriced, depreciating piece of crap, right? Then you looked at some Japanese cars, but you don't want them fuel-sipping, low-displacement rice bowls. You want an American V8 with lots of low-end torque and for a good price. You want a C6 Corvette. The C6 Corvette was available from 2005 to 2013. The thing is, with the C6 Corvette, the first model years 2005 to 2007 was available with the LS1 motor. You don't want to get these year Corvette. You don't want to get 2005, 2006, 2007. You want an 08 or better because it comes with the LS3 motor, which has 30 more horsepower and torque. Plus, it's going to be way nicer in terms of interior quality. The thing is with these Corvettes, the LS engines are very, and when I say very, I mean very reliable, okay? These engines, I literally am looking up the problems for these engines, and these are the problems that I came up with in terms of for all C6 cars, the whole generation. You have to replace the battery every 3 years. You want to check for front tire wear. This is just a sign to make sure your car is aligned properly. Another issue is that the harmonic balancers on these tend to go out prematurely. A symptom of a prematurely wearing harmonic balancer will be that when you look down at it, it'll be wobbling and it'll probably make some extra noise. You'll probably hear some extra noise under the hood. Every Corvette owner says this about the C6. They say the C6 seats are terrible. Especially with these high mileage cars, the seats wear out really fast, and you can see when we look at these ads later, you'll see high mileage C6 Corvettes, their seats look destroyed, okay? The target top on the regular coupe models, not the fixed roof ones, but the target top seems to have a lot of wind noise. There are these caps that are on top that are part of the mechanism to lock it in that tend to make a lot of noise and even sometimes fly off. So a lot of owners are said to have glued these caps on afterhand to make sure that they don't come off with all the wind. Aside from that, this is a GM car from the mid 2000s, okay? You're gonna have a lot of interior parts that are gonna be loose after 50,000 miles. You're gonna have like the mirrors not gonna like stay there, right? It's gonna be vibrating when you go over bumps. The mirrors aren't gonna, they're gonna shake. Center console's gonna creak. The buttons aren't gonna sound too good when you push them. Like, it's a bunch of stuff with these mid 2000s GM cars. But other than that, there really aren't that many problems with these cars. You can get a good Corvette, right? When I say good, like, you can get a good example of one that would be drivable and be enjoyable with over 100,000 miles, right? This is very rare for high performance cars, which is what makes a Corvette so special, is that this is basically a daily high performance car. It's a car with over 400 horsepower, 2 seats, long front hood, low silhouette that you can drive every day. People often knock on the Corvette because of the customers that buy it. It's often people who wear them Grillmaster New Balances and tuck in their t-shirts and wear jean shorts. But nowadays, the Corvette's actually becoming quite the bargain platform, especially the C5, which is getting down to under 10 grand. You can get a large displacement pushrod V8 for under 10 grand with almost 400 horsepower. Granted, the C5s did have 350 horsepower in the old LS's, but these cars are actually quite the steal when it comes to performance. This is typical of all Corvettes. Corvette has always been the steal when it comes to performance, but the C6 especially, because of how far the design came after the C5, is still timeless in its design 10 years later. The C6 Corvette will still look modern. If you see one out on the street today, it'll look like a new car, especially if it's clean. Real quick, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I know y'all haven't done that on my videos. It helps out a lot. It helps me reach out to people, helps me get these videos out to people that actually need them. So just do that for me. Thanks. Let's get on to Facebook. What we're looking for here is we're looking for a Corvette with under 100,000 miles for under like 22 to 23. Okay, if we can get less miles than that, that would be great. If we can get less price than that, would be great. But 22 to 23 for less than 100,000 miles for an 08 or later. As I said, you want to look for an 08 or later because the 08 came with the LS3, which has 430 horsepower as opposed to the LS1. Also a little bit extra displacement. But scrolling down, one thing to notice is that a lot of these cheaper models are going to be automatics. Most people who buy Corvettes nowadays are probably going to want the manual because they want more of a performance aspect out of their car. But most of the cars available online are going to be automatics, and those are the ones that are going to be cheaper, so you got to make sure you're looking out for this. The automatic was considerably slower than the manual. I believe it was at least half a second slower to 60. But again, most of the Corvettes sold were automatics, so those are going to be the ones you see mostly. Here's an example, 62,000 miles. They're asking 18.5 for 08. This Looks a little rough. It is an automatic. As you can see, it's not the cleanest example, but it is low miles. 62,000 miles isn't really that high at all for one of these cars, especially for this price. So if all you're trying to do is get into a Corvette, you don't really care about the automatic transmission, this would be a steal to get into. 18.5, and he's saying 17.5 firm for Memorial Day weekend. I don't know what that is. Memorial Day? I don't even know what Memorial Day is, but he's saying 17.5. If you can get in one of these for 17.5, this would be a steal. Even though it's an automatic, still a good deal. You could sell it for the same price 3 years down the line. Here we have an 09 with a little bit high miles, 107,000, but it does look pretty clean. It is an 09, so it is 1 year later than the first model year of the LS3, so it is better. The interior will be a little bit nicer just because it's a year newer. As you can see, this is white on tan. The tan interiors and the black interiors are going to be the most common with these cars, black being the most common. Tan interiors look okay on these cars, but remember, with these leather interiors, they wear very fast. Another reason why this interior is kind of surprising, it's very clean for 107,000 miles. But again, it is an automatic, so you're going to have to look out for that. The manuals are typically going to fetch a higher price just because they're a lot rarer than the automatics. Here we have an 09, 70,000 miles, another auto, but this one is clean. It's nice atomic orange color, orange on tan. Again, you can see how worn the seats are after 70,000 miles. This is just how GM cars of this era were, looking like a 01 Silverado. Disgusting. But as you can see, this car isn't too bad. Low miles, good price, 17 grand. It is an automatic, won't be that desirable, but you won't lose money on it. See if we can find a manual for a good price. Here we have an 08 with 98,000 miles, aftermarket wheels, black on red and black interior. Not the cleanest car. They didn't really take the time to clean the car for these pictures, but it is a good spec. Black on red on black. Black on red on black. That is going to be desirable. The two-tone interiors are always going to be rarer than the black or the tans or the single color red. So this is definitely a good spec. Looks pretty used, okay? These wheels are kind of going out of style now. They've probably been on the car a long time. Exhaust is dirty. Car is dirty in general. But that just comes with these cars. These cars are used, okay? People drive these cars every day. This car has some aftermarket parts. The wheels are BBS wheels, he states. That's good. BBS wheels are always going to fetch a high price. Let's see if he has an exhaust or anything. No, he says it isn't obnoxiously loud. Yeah, has some mods. Basically, the wheels are going to be the highest price mod on the car. Here we have one that's a little bit higher in price, 25,700. But it is low mile, manual transmission, red, right? Manual transmission. It has some nice center console upgrades. It has a new head unit, red on black. The seats don't look that worn when compared to other Corvettes, but that is due to the fact that it has low miles. Clean car. This is a very clean example. This would be something you really want to go for. Again, it is a little bit high in price, almost $26,000, but you are getting one within the 40s in terms of thousands of miles. Very nice, well-spec car. Has the chrome wheels, the chrome double 5 spokes, manual red on black. You really can't go wrong with this car. It is 3LT as well, which means it's going to have more options than the standard base. Has the heads-up display, clean Carfax. He's right, this won't last long. This is a good deal right here. They'll probably settle it probably around 23 grand, which would be a pretty good deal for this low mile car. Even though it is an 08, the 08 had the LS3, so it's always going to be better than an 05 to 07 model. But moving away from Facebook, because I see we're running out of deals here. Most of the Corvettes are going to be in the later model years, and the one you really want, the top spec Corvette in my opinion, if you're not getting a ZR1 or a Z06, is to get a Grand Sport. We'll look at a Grand Sport real quick. This is a convertible, but basically the Grand Sport was a wide body version of the base model. As you can see, it comes with the LS3 manual transmission, but in 2010 they did upgrade the seats. Okay, so in 2010 you do get a little bit of a facelifted interior, but that comes with the price. These 2010s or later are going to be fetching a premium even over the 2008 LS3s, just because it did update the interior a little bit. And with these Grand Sports, you're technically getting a wide body Corvette similar to the ZR1, so that's always a plus. But moving away from Facebook, because I don't see any more deals, most of these are going to be in the mid to high 20s to low 30s. which is way too high if you're gonna buy just a base regular C6. You should really only be spending in the upper 20s if you're getting a Grand Sport, and Grand Sports only come with the later model years. It's not even worth getting a low mile base model because it's an LS. They're gonna last forever, so you might as well just get one with a little bit more miles so you can take some off the price, you know? All right, going over to Craigslist. This is so sad, yo. If I typed in Corvette on Craigslist 2 years ago, this would have been many pages of ads with everything from Mustangs to Challengers, everything. But now, nothing. Even if I go to dealers and private party included, I get one page. But going back to just private party, we'll see these 4 Corvettes, right? 3 Corvettes. This is a Cobalt. This first example looks like an okay deal. It's an 09 white Corvette 19.5, 82,000 miles, white on red. As you can see, not too bad in terms of interior wear. The red seats do look nice, but it is an automatic, not going to be that desirable. The only thing that makes this car desirable is the spec, the white on red, and the low miles. But we don't really want an automatic Corvette. This one is an 09. This could be an okay deal. It is an automatic, so I would try to get it down to maybe in the low 18s. Other than that, not very much I can say about this car. That's wrong, at least. It's a nice clean car, clean pictures. Seems pretty stock. White is nice. Arctic white is a nice color. Let's see what else we got on here. This is not even a deal. It's an automatic, white on black. It is a late model year. It has that going for it. It's the last model year the Corvette came out. But it's high miles, convertible, automatic. It's not really an enthusiast spec car. It's more for your regular Corvette owner. 60th anniversary edition. No one really cares about that. All 2013s were 60th anniversary editions because that was a 60th anniversary. This is probably not going to do too well in resale, apart from the fact that it's the last model year. Not too many deals on Craigslist. So moving on to Auto Trader, we can see that there are some deals on Auto Trader. We have a lot of cars on here in the 20s. I believe I selected for manual here just so we could see some better examples. But these are all going to be manual, LS3s or better. Let's look at this one. 23,000, excuse me, 74,000 miles. We have a red car. Very nice car, very clean. I like these wheels. I believe this is what they updated the chrome wheels to. The other red car had the older edition chrome wheels, the older edition 5 double spokes, and these are the new ones. But as you can see, manual car, red on black, has the side splitters. Very nice looking car, very good spec. As you can see, typical wear on the seats. These Corvette interiors, as I said, aren't the best, but doesn't look too bad. This car actually looks pretty clean when compared to other models. Has a nice aftermarket head unit, but typical Corvette. This one's going to be a manual. It's going to be more desired than automatic, as reflected in the price. 23 grand for a first model year, first for the LS3. This is about a good price. If you can get this for under 20, that would be a steal. Under 20 for this spec'd manual is what you need to be looking for. Here we have an 09 with the Z51 performance package. Nice gray on black. Seats look kind of worn for this low miles, 47,000 miles. Aftermarket shift knob, not too bad. Gray on black car. Okay spec. It is a Z51 performance package. So basically the Z51 performance package includes extra cooling, so it has, I think, a trans cooler, stiffer springs, stabilizer bars, specific shock absorbers, big brakes with cross-roll rotors, specific tires, and a Z51 specific 6-speed manual. Okay, so this has a different gear ratio than the regular manual. Probably a shorter gears for better acceleration. But the Z51 package is like a $2,000 or $3,000 option, so it's always going to be desirable. Now, as we can see, as we get out of our price range, the mileage actually drops significantly for these 08 models. 40,000 miles, not even 40,000 miles for under 25,000 for a manual coupe. These are pretty good deals. Again, you want to spend closer to 20, but as you get to 25, your options open way up. Moving on to CarGurus, where we'll find the best deals as usual. In 08 with 104,000 miles, they're asking $15,900. Let's see what this one looks like. Silver car. In Florida, so the paint might be messed up. Silver on black. Plenty of wear, even in the passenger seat, so you know this car has been driven. 100,000 miles. It's crazy because most of these cars on CarGurus, especially the cheapest models, I would tell you to stay away from because you never know what you're getting into. But with these Corvettes, the high mile ones listed 100,000 miles is pretty regular for a Corvette, if I'm going to be honest. Like, these are daily cars. They're going to have over 100,000 miles before they reach the end of their life. So for 15.9 08 LS3, 100,000 miles, if you get this in the 14s, I don't see where you go wrong. Again, when looking for these cars, you want to find one with the most options. With the Corvettes, these are usually determined by the LT package. 1LT, 2LT, 3LT. 3LT is going to be the highest, obviously. So here we have a 2LT package, 2011. So it's going to be a later model year. This would be a good car to look out for, 2011s and later. You know, it's going to have the upgraded materials on the interior, nicer seats. This one does have an aftermarket head unit as well. Steering wheel looks a little worn, but pretty regular for these cars, especially at this many miles. Again, with these high mile Corvettes, you can't really go wrong. 85,000 miles is not that high for one of these, especially given the track record of the LS motor. The thing you got to worry about with these high mile Corvettes is mainly just the interior materials that start to wear out, but that's pretty regular for most GM cars of this era. Again, I do believe that you can get some good deals on high mile Corvettes if you're willing to put up with the interior. Lots of creaks and rattles and squeaks. If you're willing to put up with that, you can get a pretty good performing car for the price. Looking for the cheapest Grand Sport, I see this one, 28 grand, a little high for this amount of miles. 83,000 miles for 28 grand, but it is a 2013 last model year. Has the 5 spokes. I don't know if I'm really a fan of those 5 spokes. Interior looks nice, has Alcantara steering wheel, definitely a plus. It is an automatic though, unfortunate. Automatic with paddle shifters, and it has the engine light on. Typical GM. This doesn't seem like a good deal. It says great deal, but I don't see it. If I was going to be spending 28 grand on a Grand Sport, it would have to be a manual. Basically, the manuals will always sell for a premium. It is a 4LT, one of the highest trims, so you're gonna have all the options, but I don't like the wheels. I don't like the fact it's an auto, so it's not a good deal. But as we move out of price range on CarGurus, let's check out eBay Motors to see if there are any cars even worth taking a look at. We're looking for stuff in the teens. Okay, we got the first thing I see here is a 2008 3LT, 47,000 miles. 5 days left in the bid though. 13 grand with 28 bids. You know this is gonna go well up into the mid 20s. Okay, as you can see, this one below is gonna be, that's pretty much what it's gonna get up to, 24. Okay, here we have something decent, a low bid, a Grand Sport. Of course it's a reserve, but 2 days left on the bid, and it's at 4,000 right now. 51,000 on 2013 Grand Sport. This will probably get up in the 30s. Just watch. It has 2 more days, but within the last couple hours, you know, a hell of people are going to be sniping that. We got a low mile 08, 35,000. Very low for one of these. Pictures are terrible. Black on black. Looks like it has some upgrades. Automatic though. You know, this will definitely get into the 20s. But as you can see, there are actually some low price Corvettes on eBay, which is surprising. But I imagine most of these are going to get way up in time with the auction. In terms of anything for under 20 grand, your best bet would be an Auto Trader or CarGurus. Craigslist, it's not really going to have any. Facebook is going to be hit or miss. They're going to come and go real fast on Facebook. But again, when you're buying your Corvette, you want to make sure that you get a 2008 or later because it has the LS3 motor. If you're getting into an 05 to 07, you're going to be wanting to pay less than 15, okay? Less than 15. This has the old motor, the same one from the C5. So you want to be paying C5 prices. The interiors are still going to be nicer than the C5, but they don't really get nice to 2010 or later when they really upgraded the seat materials. And if you want to get the top of the line without getting a ZR1 or Z06, get a Grand Sport because it comes with the wide body of the ZR1, but it's just a base engine, the LS3. Other than that, there aren't that many problems with these cars. The main thing you want to look for is quality issues. The interior does wear out very fast when compared to similar European or Japanese cars. You want to look for body panels. If any of these cars have been in an accident, you can tell because the body panels will not line up the same as a stock car. When these came from factory, the body panels are actually glued on, right? As opposed to other older Corvette models that were bolted body on frame. These pieces are more so glued together than bolted together to save weight, obviously. So you're gonna be able to tell when new body panels or aftermarket body panels have been put on this car, because they won't line up exactly the same unless they were put on by a professional and did a very good job, but usually you'll be able to tell. With these cars, the lower air dams usually suffer a lot of damage because they are so close to the ground. The air dam is the hole in the bottom of the bumper that guides air up into the radiators. These will suffer a lot of damage. A lot of owners typically replace the air dams when they get damaged, but you have to look out for Corvette owners who didn't replace the air dams and just remove them altogether, because they're there to direct air up into the radiator. Without the air dams, the air just passes under the car, and these cars will have overheating problems. So if your Corvette does have overheating problems, just check out the air dams, see if they're there, see if they're broken, because if they're not perfect, then you could have some overheating issues. Again, some of the smaller issues with this car is you have to replace the battery every 3 years. You need to check the front tires for uneven wear just to make sure that you have the best alignment. These cars are known to eat up tires. Every 15 to 20,000 miles is about how long it takes to eat up a set of tires, so make sure that you have your car aligned all the time. The harmonic balancer seems to go out in this car prematurely. You can tell this when you hear some excess noise in your drive pulley system, and you'll be able to visibly see it. It'll be wobbling. But basically, this interior is just known to be creaky and squeaky. You'll hear a lot of wind noise from around the windshield and around the targa top, but that just comes with the Corvette. It is a cheap GM American car, right? This is the same company that made the Pontiac Sunfire. It made the Saturn Ion. It made the Chevy Cobalt. Like, these are the same cars, same company, same manufacturing processes, right? So just make sure you know what you're getting into when you're looking for your C6 Corvette. They don't have that many issues, but that's really it, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and y'all have a good one.